Good morning, friends. Welcome to a little slice of paradise here in the Cerro del Mar Mountains. This is actually a very special place just outside of Curitiba, possibly the most popular day trip, where you are in the Atlantic Forest Biodome, and there's a lot of really beautiful small former colonial cities, like the one that I'm currently in called Antonina, that has a very rich cultural heritage, as well as some amazing food I've heard. So what I'll be doing today is exploring some of those little cities. We'll be having a really nice traditional lunch here, but the main attraction of today is going to be the train ride from Morretes city all the way back to Curitiba. Now, the reason that we don't actually take the train both ways, we drove in with a van today. It took about an hour and a half. If you take the train, it takes about 4 hours. So that's why a lot of companies drive you in and take you out on the train, or you take the train in and you come out with the van, because otherwise it would be 8 hours of sitting on a train. And I just want to mention that the company Serra Verde Express has very kindly invited me on one of their tours free of charge, so I get to experience this incredible adventure for myself. So a very big thank you to them, and I will have them linked in the description if you guys ever come here and want to do this journey. So first and foremost, we have a few more minutes here in Antonina, so I'm just going to walk around, take a look at the beautiful architecture that they have here, and then they said we would be going to a banana candy factory, which I don't really know what that is, but it sounds good. So I did end up getting a mixed bag of candies just to support the local business, but they were also giving out free samples, so let's give it a go. This one is banana and peanut, which looks super interesting. Whoa. It's kind of sort of like fruit roll-up, you know, like the dried out taffy kind of fruit candy, but they definitely have, like, you know, added sugar in it. It's weird because it's not a super strong banana flavor. It's like there's something else with it mixed in, but really good.
farinha de mandioca, uma coxa bem servida de caldo e carne no barreado. Bovina, músculo traseiro do gato. Essa carne fica marinando no tempero por 10 horas e o tempo de cozimento é de 10 a 12 horas.
This is 100% one of the strangest dishes that I have ever seen, guys. It really is beef mixed with cassava flour, and they put bananas on top, and then you eat it all together. If it wasn't for Mark Wiens, I would have no idea that this was a thing here before I got here, because outside of his video, it wasn't really mentioned that this is a specialty. So let's give it a go. I am excited. Banana and meat. Surprisingly, it's not as weird as I thought it would be, if that makes sense. Like somehow the smoothness and creaminess of the bananas actually really goes good with the beef, because the beef is supposed to be stewed for 8 hours in a clay pot, and then the cassava flour kind of makes it into an even smoother sort of gravy. So surprisingly very good. I wouldn't think that I would like something like this, but definitely worth trying. Mention, guys, I almost got on the wrong train because it is 20 minutes to my departure time. I assumed the train that was here was my train. It's not. There are multiple ones that go throughout the day, so just make sure you are checking your ticket. From my understanding, there are quite a few different classes of service as well. Like the train that's sitting here is just regular seats, almost like on a school bus or something. That's kind of the lower class of service. And then there's the one that I'm supposed to be taking that has a restaurant on board, I guess, comfier, more spacious sort of seats. So of course, if you want that, you do have to pay a little bit more. But I mean, both go through the same areas. You'll still get the same amazing views no matter which one you take. Okay, just looking at the inside of this train, this is way cooler. This almost looks like a Hogwarts train. Friends, we are about halfway through our journey, and I do have to say this is definitely one of the coolest train rides I have ever taken, just because it is in this almost open air sort of compartment, having windows everywhere, and you're just in this lush rainforest. And also the fact that it's actually only 4 hours long, because the Trans-Siberian Express, if you guys join me for that. So yeah, I'm obviously not doing good. It takes a little bit longer. I heard you say you
found the story all tucked away in the back of the room. Been lost for years, far away from the glory, in the midst of our day-to-day routine, in the corner of our minds. We're not in blue, we're not in mourning to raise the truth. It takes more than will. Among the things I like to do, craving is one for two, and the light of the day that passes on will somehow be gone.
I don't even want to know how many tangles are in my hair after sticking my head through the window to look at this amazing view. But guys, we are 30 minutes out of Curitiba, and I have to say that this has honestly been one of my favorite train rides that I have ever taken, and that is saying a lot. So if you're thinking of coming to the south of Brazil, definitely put this on your list. I'm going to have the link in the description for Serra Verde Express, this train company. A big thank you once again for, letting me come on this amazing trip. I would highly recommend them. They do have English speaking guides as well, so definitely check them out. But let me know in the comments, guys, what are some of your favorite train rides that you have done? I have many more that I would like to do all around the world, but this definitely goes on my top 3 for sure. So thank you as always for tuning in, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.
I heard you say you found the story